Welcome, adventurers, heroes, and villains, to Burgschneider Live, your gateway to the realms of mythodea, epic LARP battles, and awesome historically inspired and fantasy costumes. So ready your gear, grab yourself a tankard, and join myself, Mike, the image of death itself. What remains of Nico and Emma? And all of you guys here in chat as we talk all things Burgschneider. As previously promised, we talked about there being an important channel update. And that important channel update is that we are, at this point in time, coming to a big change. I think a lot of the things that have been externalized in the company for the longest of time are now going to be internalized as we start to focus on what we believe really matters to us and to our people and to what we're doing going forwards. What does that mean? Well, we're forgetting ourselves again, because who the heck even are we? Well, we explained it a little bit in the beginning. We are Burgschneider. Burgschneider is the maker of historically inspired and fantasy clothing of several lines, but then and accessories for LARP and live action role-playing games. But what is LARP?
Yeah, what is LARP?
Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Well, that's a very good question. A live-action role-playing game, as far as I can tell, because it's my turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not someone else. It's my turn. So a live-action role-playing and Skull's turn. Yeah. What's that again? These guys?
Yeah.
It's Skeleton Crew again, guys.
Yeah.
So a live-action role-playing game is where you go out into a world where... Let's start with what a role-playing game is. A role-playing game is where you control your character and the actions of your character in a world, and you play as that character, interact with other people, and you control your speech and your physical movements and your physical interaction. This is what is commonly occurring in a pen and paper game, but as in a pen and paper tabletop role-playing game. But in a live-action role-playing game, you dive into the environment as yourself, physically representing the character. You dress up as your character. You speak as your character at all times, and you do what your character would do, as if you were stepping into a movie or a play that has no particular ending.
Hey, Nico.
Hey, Nico. That's the spirit of Nico talking to us through chat.
Yeah.
We have your corpus here. Was it there? It's up to you. You can either be this guy or the other guy. It's your choice, Nico. But we definitely miss you. So a role-playing game, a live-action role-playing game is where you play. You play yourself. You play your character through the vehicle of yourself in this whole new world. But where would you play this character? Where do these LARPs happen? Well, funny you should ask that question, because the other half of the Burgscneider company, the other half to making historically inspired and fantasy costumes and accessories for LARP, is to run live action role-playing games. And we just came off the back of running this year's iteration of the world's largest live action role-playing game, Conquest of Mythodea, that took place 3 weeks ago now?
Yeah, it feels somehow not so long, but also a lot longer.
Feels like at least a year.
Yeah. But also just yesterday.
Yeah, I think I cried. It may feel like that because I slept for about a year when I finally got back from Conquest. Yeah.
Hibernation.
Yeah, hibernation is so important. And what we do here on this stream, or what we have done, foreshadowing, is to talk about provide a platform for accessibility for players and people coming into live-action role-playing games like you, where you can ask us questions and we can talk about what happens in the live-action role-playing games that we run, and also about all the kinds of things that come and go through the Burgschneider website and Burgschneider stock and the kind of cool things that we do. But as I mentioned before, there are big changes to this channel. There will be a lot less content, as in there'll be a lot less streaming, as in a lot less us streaming.
Yeah.
This will be officially the last Burgschneider live stream as far as we know for the foreseeable future. But also, as we mentioned, the reason for this is so that we as a company, which as I said also is a rather small team, can take the time to start internalizing and focusing on really what matters, the quality of communication around the games that we run and gameplay and the product developments. We can start really fixing up the website and all the information that's on it, because we've moved into a new world. For those people who are new to the Realms of Mythodia and new to LARP in general, you haven't heard about Conquest of Mythodia, world's largest live-action role-playing game, and the Realms of Mythodia, which is the associated world and narrative around it.
LARP universe.
LARP universe, yeah, that would be the best term. There, for 20 years, was a place called Mythospira, which was the continent in which Mythodia was played. And literally for 20 years real world time, probably thousands of years in-game time, but 20 years real world time, the players were playing in this world, in the realm, in the continent of Mythospira. But over the last 4 years or 5 years or so, the plot team has been working to transition the world into a new continent, and that's been teased for like a long time. Okay, it's been teased for a long time that it's going to happen, and players haven't actually been to the new continent, but letters have been coming from the new continent. Some NPC or NSC factions have been coming through the mists that surround Mythospira to start interacting with the players and telling them about the worlds beyond. But as we move into this new world, we really want to have our ducks in a row. So we really want to make sure that all of this information, all of this content, and all this lore and play opportunities that are being generated within the Realms of Mythodia in SARKAN are being accurately conveyed to new players, because it is a dense and densely populated world full of all kinds of cool factions and people and personalities and incidents, and still a lot of the old battle-friendly NSC factions, or sorry, battle NSC factions, not player-friendly, battle. There are player-friendly NSC NPC factions, and then battle NPC factions. They call them the NPC or the NSC armies. And these guys... And to really complete this world, we want to just like sort of stop focusing so outwardly so much and start focusing inwardly to make sure all of the content and the ideas and the imagery and iconography and the designs around the world are really coherent and really immersive. So instead of spending all of this time, if you can imagine, like, you know, all of this time that I'm spending with Mike and you, which is lovely every week, instead of spending that time here with you guys, I will be, in fact, working on lots of amazing artworks and designs and concepts, and working with the plot team to develop plots and props and game offerings. I actually won't be working as much on the plots. It's mostly plot team. But, you know, I'll still help.
And we'll also be working on like the best avenues to communicate all that with you.
Yes. And what are the best ways that we can, like through text, through presentation, through other things, video, and actually you're a part of this conversation, as you always have been in these live streams. You're there in the chat with us, and you will be able to post comments eternally after this, because the video will be perpetually online, like so many things. So if you have any ideas for things that you would like to see, any directions that you would like the communication around Realms of Mythodia and Burgschneider to go, just generally in the future, what you've enjoyed about watching the streams, what you think you'd like to see outside of the streams,
what you'd like to see more of.
Yeah, anything you'd like to see more of, please jump in the comments, let us know. Jump in the comments of this video and let us know. It will be, really cool to sort of really have your input in this conversation. So those, I guess, are the big channel updates. They're changing. There will probably be we have no idea how much or what kind of content will be coming out in the future, but definitely put your suggestions, put what you would like in there, and let us know, and we will do our best to relay that to the relevant people handling communication and marketing to get that information out to you guys, which would be super, super cool.
If it were up to you, what would you like to see more of?
Jeez, if it was up to me, I mean, are we talking like a limitless budget, limitless time?
Yeah.
Oh,
sky's the limit.
Sky's the limit. No, if it were up to me, I would love to see some more actual in-game documentation. So I'd love to sort of do some of the stuff that we were hoping to do around Conquest with adventuring parties going in, and the whole adventuring party, everyone has a GoPro and there's a camera person following them. So you can actually start to get some really constructed stories. But that said, there are other people already doing things like this. I'm pretty sure there's like a couple of channels that come along to LARPs and document their adventures.
Yeah.
And I think that's the other thing is, while we get the internal structure of what we're doing in order, it will give much more food for thought, much more energy, and much more enthusiasm to content creators to like get out there and start like doing some of their own stuff and getting more content ready for you guys, not just through Burgschneider. You could be those content creators. Why are you not creating content right now?
Yeah, get to work.
Get to work. Jeez. I mean, that's a thing, you know. But as we move into the world, yeah, we want to focus on those things. Yeah, changing content. Man, I had this all written out, and then I just like gave it to you like in an instant. Like I had like this all in 7 cards, but I've just said it. I think writing it down really helped. But yes, you can assume what this all boils down to in the long term is, yes, there will be no more streams. You won't get to see our faces unless you go to events.
Until further notice.
Until further notice. Okay, until further notice. We don't know what or how our content will manifest going forwards. Okay. No. But obviously anything you say might influence it. But you can assume that in the long term, this period of really knuckling down and getting everything in order will result in a beautiful renaissance of conquest.
Oh, we got a question.
Oh yeah, what's this question?
So, there are lots of player factions that have lands, Mitrospira that produce resources. Will those lands remain part of the diplomatic and trade roleplay?
Okay, so the short answer is yes. In the long term, player faction holdings, I believe, will still be held within mythospira, because what's happened is that the world of mythospira has not been closed; it has been extended into SARKAN. Now, obviously, we are not the plot team, but as I work closely with the plot team, these are some of the things that I have picked up. And I believe that a lot of the new lands and new holdings, actually it's not going to be land. So I'm pretty sure that as you move into SARKAN, you'll be handling trade commodities. And those trade commodities will be influenced by holdings that you've had in mythospira. Mythospira isn't completely destroyed. It is definitely a dying continent, from what I understand, and part of the ongoing plot line of the overall event is to try and find out what had poisoned mythospira, what will save potentially mythospira. I think that there's still a lot of hope that people have that they can do something about it. But because it is not a completely destroyed continent, then a lot of the player holdings will still be valid moving forwards. I just believe that as you move into SARKAN with your assets and your resources, you'll probably find some options for trade, and there may be more lucrative business opportunities based on your long-term investment in the world as a player faction. Again, don't quote me on this. I am just waxing lyrical.
The shallow dive.
This is the shallow dive. Again, we are not the plot team.
Yeah.
But thank you for the question. It's definitely something that we would like to address and like to address publicly, hopefully on the website, or definitely this is a question you can ask in the Discord. If you are not already signed up to the Realms of Mythodia Discord, please do jump in there, jump into some of the general forums and some of the general question forums. There are people on there who will answer all of these questions. The nuts and bolts of the world will roll on. And if you can't talk to us directly about Realms of Mythodia stuff, you can definitely talk to the plot team and the events team and the moderator team inside of the Realms of Mythodia Discord, and they will clarify things. But the general flow of the game is that if you have invested heavily in the world in the past, And for those who have never played a live action role playing game before, yes, this is something you can do. You can just be an adventurer coming into a new world. You can join a player faction, but if you start a long-standing player faction that becomes entrenched in the world, then your investment in the game by bringing play to the game and bringing people to the game is generally rewarded by political and trade opportunities that result in you gaining wealth and resources. Yeah. Yeah, so in the long term, exciting things to come. But let us know what you'd like in the future. Your comments are important. Love to hear, love to hear more from you guys. And again, this video will be online in perpetuity, like everything that has ever been online in the past. But we are still going to try and summarize. Okay, so next question. For anyone who might be from the States and interested in Brandywine and tuning in for Brandywine, yes, we had a whole program of spots lined up on the stream leading up to the Brandywine Festival just for you guys. We're super excited about it, but don't fear, just because we are not here talking to you every single week on a Tuesday evening, that does not mean that through the Brandywine Festival Discord, that you cannot have all of your questions answered. Get a load of the updates as they come up. They are coming thick and fast at this point. I believe the events team is on the ball at the moment, working hard to get all the information out. We just heard from Bale the other day that he is stuck in meetings every single weekend because while Bale is full-time with us at Realms of mythodea, at Burgschneider, the rest of the team is in the States, and many of them have other jobs and other commitments. So their free time is on the weekend. So Bale is not only turning the wheel during the week, but he's always also burning the candle at both ends to make sure he gets all that content coming out through the weekends and all the meetings that need to happen. And it's super, super exciting as we lead up closer and closer to it.
And if you're a ticket holder, you can expect some emails too, some more like leading up with some more information and
updates and information is going to be coming out pretty regularly. So you get emails if you're a ticket holder. If you're not a ticket holder, still jump on the Discord. There are a lot of people who through the website and various channels have been like, oh no, where can I get my Brandywine ticket? Unfortunately, it was a Kickstarter only thing, but this is just the beginning. Within 2 weeks after the Brandywine Festival's conclusion, you will see an event trailer covering what happened at Brandywine, or at least teasing what happened at Brandywine this year, and the tickets will launch within a few days of that for the Brandywine Festival next year. So jump on that, get involved. It is a gosh darn dang.
Absolutely. Let the FOMO compel you.
Let the FOMO compel you. And if you have any questions, I believe the Brandywine Discord is going to be opening to the general public if it's not already open.
Yeah, I know people can invite their friends, but it should be opening up pretty soon if it's not already.
Yeah, stay tuned to that as well. There'll be, I'm not sure where the links will be posted, but somewhere there'll be links that will link you to the Brandywine Festival, likely through the Discord, possibly through the Instagram, possibly through any number of other channels, but definitely through the Burgschneider website, because the ticket sales, all of the ticket sales happening for the Brandywine Festival will be happening through the Burgschneider website.
Yes.
So stay tuned, stay abreast. Sign up to the Burgschneider newsletter. In the links below, you can find all the links there, and then you'll get the important Brandywine updates. And of course,
and you can also, on the Brandywine page on the Burgschneider site, you can also sign up specifically if you're interested in the Brandywine Festival. There's a sign up there as well, so you can just get the emails for those as well if you're just interested in the Brandywine. Get
in there, make it happen. And if you're in the States, not in the States that is, and you're somewhere else and you're like, where's my Brandywine Festival? Well, we don't have any exact dates yet, but we have it on incredibly good authority from, some might say, the horse's mouth, that things are in the works for other locations next year, or at the very latest the year after. Unless everything burns. This is rumors and hearsay.
Rumors and hearsay.
Don't shoot the messenger. I mean, you can't. You're there, but please don't track us down and find us and shoot the messenger. It'd be very bad. Bad form. You'll probably be banned from all future Realms of mythodea and Brandywine events.
Probably like all events in general. I'd
Yeah,
say.
likely.
You'll probably be in jail.
Yeah. Apologies for that. But please, don't do that to us. But yeah, if you aren't attending, stay tuned. Get your tickets sorted. That is a thing that is definitely happening. And if you have any questions, so we're opening the floor to questions in general. If you have any questions at the end of this episode, when we get to the end, which will probably be in about, I don't know, 15 minutes or something like that, because we've got some stuff to get through, but not a million things. We're opening the floor to questions, so come join us, jump in, anything. This is your last ever chance.
We're
right
an open
now.
book right now.
Right now, yeah. You can ask us anything about Burgschneider, product development, marketing, events, mythodea, brandywine, any other franchises we hold. We might not be able to answer all your questions, but watch us squirm. It'll be hilarious.
Yes.
However, speaking of events, the Brandywine is definitely an important event in the calendar, the Brandywine Festival, which is a Middle-earth Enterprise Lord of the Rings event, just so you know, again, if you're new to this. But we have one more event that closes out the year every year that we always look forward to. When I say always, I mean last year.
Yeah, that's last year.
This was the first time it happened. But we recently got access, as in last year, for the first time in November, to one of the most scenic castles that you are allowed to have events in Germany. It is this beautiful, absolutely devastating Baroque interior with a high-ceilinged ballroom with crystal chandeliers. They have an outside courtyard area with a chapel in this great castle. What's the castle called again?
Buckeberg.
Buckeberg?
For all the Germans out there, I apologize for the pronunciation, but Buckeberg.
Buckeberg.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Look it up. It is amazing. Schloss Buckeberg. It is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful castle in the heart of Germany, relatively central location.
Yeah, it's like near Hanover, I believe.
Near Hanover. Okay, so a little north, but it is, well, that's like north and across.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
So it's
Relatively
pretty close to the heart, I'd say.
Now, it is just, unlike a lot of the other LARPs that we do, the Grosse Ball is a one-night event. One night in heaven. No, it's, and it is absolutely enchanting. It's like one of those scenes, like right out of Labyrinth. You're like diving into the Goblin Ball.
Yeah,
right?
the Goblin Ball.
Yeah, and the interior is amazing. We've had some crazy pictures. If you actually want to take a moment, take yourself a hot minute, go to the event galleries, find scald.com, go to scald.com and go to the event galleries and go to the Grosse Ball last year. So just for your reference, all of our event galleries in Scald are free 6 weeks after the event happens. So obviously last year's Grosse Ball is now free to view. Go have a look at the gallery. You can see some of the amazing interiors. It is kind of a little like the Brandywine Festival, the Grosse Ball, in that it is LARP light. Yeah. No. So it's mostly about dancing, and you can learn and participate in traditional dancing. They actually have lessons that are a part of your ticket that you can take, and you can go earlier in the day before you get dressed up in your ball gown to learn the dances, and then you're fully prepared for when you get there in the evening in your amazing outfits.
And there's two different types of tickets too. You can get like the standard ticket, which is basically you get to go and attend, and I believe that there is some food, and then
so it's the food's actually really good. It's actually part and parcel. It's part of the ticket. There's a whole buffet. It's like a 15-meter long buffet with all kinds of amazing foods laid out for you. It's like absolutely succulent, as good as it gets at a LARP. And it's served in a castle by the castle restaurant.
And then there's a more extravagant ticket that you can get as well. That includes like kind of like a feast situation.
Oh, so you get tables. So I was there last year when they did this, and the difference is that There is seating around the room as you would expect in a large ballroom environment. Lots of like sedan chairs and sofas and stuff like that. But the center of the floor is clear, and you can go to the buffet, and then there's some standing tables, and you can eat your food standing around or sitting at the various like small tables around the place. But then there is a special dining area that's set aside for the people who have paid for the fancy meal.
Yeah.
And it includes table service. And I believe you can order wine and other delectable beverages.
For the real aristocracy out there.
Yeah, if you're a fancy guy
Yeah.
and you want to live your fancy dreams, then you get the fancy ticket.
Yeah.
But no, it really is beautiful, and it's a once in a lifetime experience. It's LARP light, where any of the gameplay that happens at the event is player driven. It revolves around politics, interplayer politics, and dancing and eating.
No.
And having an amazing time, and photo opportunities. Because let me tell you, it's beautiful. Last year we had one of our in-house photographers, Kieran, set up in there. There's this whole gallery area, separate to the main dance hall, separate to the eating area, separate to the courtyard, separate to the Baroque chapel that is inside of the courtyard, which is also absolutely phenomenal. There is a long hallway, a gallery, as it were, full of oddities and curios, and some amazing tapestries, paintings, sculpture, and then some hybrids of all of those things. And then at the end of this gallery, there is the Room of the Gods. It's the best way I can describe it. So while this was built, I believe, 16th century, like late 16th century, late 1600s, sorry.
Yeah.
Late 1600s, it was built, and it's very much in that neoclassical revival period. And even though there's lots of Christian iconography, it's deeply in all of the paintings and all of the structures, it's deeply interwoven with lots of classical era Greek and Roman iconography. So there's lots of images of like Dionysus, and all the cherubs are very suggestive, and Poseidon, and there's all kinds of really rather racy imagery. And it's strange because it's this period of time where somebody who did all the deco and interior is like, okay, we've got to be Christian, but how far can we stretch this boundary?
I mean, you'd be scandalous right now with like your
Oh
ankle
my
showing.
goodness.
Yeah, like
but yeah, no, it's all throughout the place, and it's lush, and it's like heavy with like fruit and bodies like draped everywhere. There's all kinds of like frivolity, and if you go into the chapel, it really comes into like the craziness. So the chapel is a separate room. It's downstairs. It's just off the courtyard, and it's like it's mostly a black chapel, like as in the interior is painted black for the purposes of showcasing all of the gilding. So its only surfaces are gilt, and then there's reds and then flowers that all pop out. So the black just becomes this backdrop, gives a dark tone, and then there are these really crazy, like, and super suggestive, like around the altar there are like very classical era Greek, like pagan, let's call it pagan, pre-Christian religion, pre-Christian Roman and Greek religious iconography. So all of these images of like Christ and the Virgin Mary are just like absolutely decadent and bathed in these deep Dionysian vibes, which then feeds itself back into the ball and the ballroom with like painted ceilings and crystal chandeliers. It's like Beauty and the Beast, right? Yeah. It's classic era, like beauty. It's what it feels like.
It's Baroque. I mean, if it's not Baroque, don't fix it.
If it's not Baroque, don't fix it. That's what we're saying here, guys. That's what we're saying. Greetings, hello from Virginia. Yes, welcome. Lovely to have you here. Yeah, Grosser Ball. If you haven't got your tickets yet for the Grosser Ball, which is happening in December, it is not too late. Jump in there, get your tickets. I don't care who you are, where you are in the world. This is a twice in a lifetime opportunity. Why? Because it happened last year and it's happening this year. It might be a thrice in a lifetime opportunity. But we're going to see if we even put a single, because it's a heritage building, right? And in heritage buildings, you can't screw it up. They do like us very much. They were actually really surprised at how well behaved we were as LARPers last year, coming into their beautiful old castle. So hopefully we'll come back again next year. But yeah, get your tickets. It's Definitely, it's happened twice. We're hoping it'll happen again next year. But it's a magical evening, a magical event.
And if you've never been to a LARP before, this could be a really nice one to start out with as well, especially if you ever wanted to go to like a masquerade or like a special old-timey kind of dance. Like this could be a good kind of like way to dip your toes in.
It's
and
an
give it a
easy
try.
shoe-in. People aren't going to be coming up to you and forcing play opportunities on you. They'll be like, the doors will open, you'll come in, you'll be greeted, you'll be ushered into the hall, you'll get into a first few rounds of dancing, you'll explore the galleries, you'll probably explore the chapel, you'll hang out in the courtyard. Dinner will be served at some point. People will be all in their characters. Like, this is the cool thing, right? Is even if you're not a LARPer, like you're saying, but you're sort of LARP adjacent or LARP curious, some might say, then you can just come along and you can sort of be half in character, half out of character. Yeah, no one's going to be talking to you. No one's going to be giving you dirty looks for not being in character the whole night at this event.
Yeah.
And, you know, you can be a character and start to tentatively engage with people and find out what their characters are and what their situation is and get a little bit of the history and maybe dip your toes in. And if this is what's, you know, if this is good for you, then dive into a bigger game with a little more commitment. But yeah, beautiful grounds. Oh, that's the other thing, right? If you're going to be going all the way out to Buckeberg Castle anyway, it is Christmas, which means Christmas markets, generally, if not at the castle themselves, then in the surrounding area. And German Christmas markets are definitely a thing to see. It's a beautiful environment, like absolutely. It's winter wonderland, right? And then, of course, they have all of these lakes and little islands and little rivers running all the way around the castle. So you can go exploring if you come earlier in the day around the dance practice. You can wander around and explore the grounds. And it's a beautiful old-fashioned town as well. So they've got lots of old buildings, history, architecture, just like all around a great place to be. But hey, let us know, are you going? Are you already got your ticket to the Grand Ball? If you got your ticket to the Grand Ball, what are you wearing? We want to know. Are you last minute sewing your outfit? Look, you've still got a couple of months, so you don't have to be last minute sewing your outfit. But
are you waiting for your fairy LARP mother?
Maybe you are. If you're not going, but you wanted to go, and you always wanted to go to like a Goblin Ball of some description, what would you wear? What gown would you make? What amazing attire would you put together? Let us know in the comments. Let us know in the comments to this video, wherever you find this video. What is your dream? What's your dream ball gown?
My dream ball gown? I don't know.
Ball attire. Let's not restrict you to a gown.
I don't know, maybe something more like kind of like Regency era.
Regency era, okay. So nice high cut. Would you put a fob, nice fob, like on the high waisted pants? Yeah. Good
maybe
button
the petticoats,
fly. Okay, yeah. The Regency's good. I always wanted to go a little bit earlier than that. Braving the fire hazards. Obviously, you got to brave the fire hazards, but you know, going in full cupcake ball gown, or is it full like 3-layer wedding cake ball gown? Do like the full what is it? Marie Antoinette vibes.
Oh, so like more like Rococo kind of.
Yeah, get into the Rococo vibes. That's it's a little earlier than the Baroque, but you know, Baroque was just Rococo inspired.
Well, it was a bit after. I think Marie Antoinette was a bit after, because I was like, it was like 1790s.
Let's call it Brococo. Brococo. Yeah, let's call it Brococo. This is the genre.
It just sounds like bro, like
Coco. He's my Brococo.
I could do without the powdered wigs though.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, I don't know.
But you know, they would sometimes powder them either pink or blue, as well as just the standard white.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is the first way that they started introducing hair color. Yeah. And also, you want the wigs, because then you need to take off your hair, and all the vermin go with the wigs.
Yeah, all the lice, right?
Yeah, you gotta get rid of them. You can't just rely on the monkeys that you have hanging around to eat all the lice from your hair, and then you get around with shaved head most of the time, right? We got Doctor. I have vague memories of Christmas markets. Was born in Stuttgart and left when I was 4. Yeah, look. That's a beautiful memory to have from 4. Like, I guess maybe you're forever chasing that dream, but they haven't changed. Let me tell you, they are just the same as they were back then. I think.
Yeah, I mean, Germany does Christmas right.
Yeah, if you were ever gonna do Christmas in another country, do it in Germany. Maybe not in Frankfurt.
I don't know. I like the Frankfurt Christmas market. It's very accessible.
hmm And they do have a good variety of Glühwein. Ooh, yeah, the wig. Yeah, live the dream. Um, Again, share. Let us know what you wear in the comments below. And look, it is going to be December. We had it last year in November, so it was like tail end of autumn, beginning of winter. It was still cold, but it's not as cold as it will be in December. What's the date again?
Oh, it was I want to say 12th or 13th.
Yeah, so it's going to be middle of December. Yeah, absolutely cold. It's gonna be winter proper. It may have even been snowing sometimes,
It could
and
be.
it'll be beautiful if it snows, but it will be cold, which means standard winter LARP preparation. Wear those thermal socks. Get those winter underlayers going. Jump in to thermals. Whether or not, hey, what's your Mike? 1-piece or 2-piece thermals?
Oh, I always go 2-piece.
Okay, One Piece was a classic because Cowboy Red is the ultimate underwear. Yeah, actually, I have
Oh, with like the back door, like
gotta have the back door. You gotta poop
Yeah.
sometime, and like gotta stay warm. Everything except what absolutely needs to be hanging out. That's what I say. Plus, you can go full cowboy vibes and just strip down to the 1-piece.
Fair, yeah.
This is the treasure that they're talking about in the unnamed series.
But for the event, so inside the palace it'll be warm, like they'll
Absolutely.
be eating. So it's really just something that you should dress warmly, bring a coat or something for like when you're going outside or just on the way there and on the way out.
Yeah, be prepared. Be prepared. Big coats. Big coats. That's actually one of the I think most people who live in winter climates, you're probably in the States, and there's a few people I see you in the chat. You're used to it, right? You got one giant coat that keeps you as warm as heck, and then it covers everything, and then you get out of it and costume there. Boom.
Yeah.
This time, however, we're going into a fancy environment, so if you want a coat, it's going to have to be a fancy coat.
Oh yeah.
I think last year I had this giant Rasputin coat. It was like all of this. It was black, obviously, So it was from just below my ankles, not quite touching. Well, I did touch the floor in some places, but it was fur trimmed, heavy black, thick fur trim around the collar and around the base, and then the rest of it was really tight woven, tight woven wool, like the kind of fur that you'd see on an exotic dog.
It's the Rasputin coat. You gonna wear it again this year?
It actually started to fall apart a little bit because I've had it in my collection for a long time. And when I was living in Australia and I had my costume library there was a period that I had it set, like the whole, like at least one of the racks was sitting in front of a window. So part of it got hit by the sun for about a year and a half. And in Australia, that's like a death sentence. So it took a lot of the strength out of the fabric. So last year when I wore it, I actually got a few rips, spiraling rips going down the sleeve. I haven't had a look at it intensely to repurpose it, but I have a lot of other things. If you want to go out of your way to find my personal social media profiles, you might find some of my legacy costumes there. Ooh, yeah, billowing wool cloak. And hey, funnily enough, if you are looking for some winter garments, Burgschneider have you covered.
Yeah, we do.
Because we have a lot of our heavy cloaks, and we have some really nice cloaks with both hand pockets in them, and then the big full-length woolen cloaks. And those are wool blend. I think they're 96% wool, and then a little bit of cotton and a little bit of synthetic fiber. And let me tell you, synthetic fibers are great. Just have a tiny bit in the wool because it stops the moths from eating them. Because the one thing moths don't eat is synthetic fibers. Actually, there's probably a bunch of things they don't eat. But
I think our Hibernus coat is one of the more popular ones, so that's a good option.
yes, and there's some really nice cloaks in the Kievan Rus collection. They've got some of the really heavy wool cloaks that you can put on with the buttons going down the side. They look very stately. I think like a Cuban rust look might be actually really nice for the
Actually,
Gros
Kevin
Sable.
Roos would be really good, actually.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking a lot about Brococo in this particular conversation, but like this is the realms of mythodea, a crossroad of worlds. You can be from anywhere.
Yeah, just about any time. Well, just about any time period.
Fantasy or historically inspired.
Yeah, don't go in as like Boba Fett or.
Yeah. But if you want to jump in from like a Witcher outfit, you got exactly Wheel of Time or Game of Thrones outfits going on. Like, absolutely, they are all welcome and actually within the spectrum. Just ordered our first LARP cloaks. Yeah, billowing. They are crazy. Yeah, they're soft and they're huge. There is so much fabric in one of those Burgschneider cloaks. I think the first time I got one, when I first came to Frankfurt. I got one out of the Beware, and I was just like, wow, this cloak is way too big, and I had to trim some off the bottom, and then I managed to make 2 scarves out of the extra fabric that was on the bottom and a bag.
But even for Conquest, these coats are really great because it gets surprisingly cold at night. Even when you have the laser sun during the day, at night it's like really chilly, actually.
Yeah, and the good thing about a big billowing cloak, right, is because it's a trumpet, right? So it's not one of those cloaks that's cut square. It doesn't like cut out and hang. It like billows out. When you spin, you become like a giant tulip. But the best thing about them is you can take, if they hang down here, down the center, you can take one corner, take it, flip it up over one shoulder, and you've got like big scarf. Take the other corner, flip it over one shoulder. The cloak then comes up to like above the feet, which first keeps it off the ground. Awesome for stopping it from getting wet. But second, it means from like here up to here, you become completely swaddled. Like, there ain't no cold getting through there. Yeah, the Burgscneider cloaks, totally rate them. Billowing always tuck the shorter pattern. Yeah, and also like, it's the amount of fabric that's on the cloak escalates the bigger the cloak is. So my advice is getting the larger sizes. It's not too much more money. Generally, the larger sizes are just a little bit more money. Get the bigger size, cut the edge off, hem it if you want. Don't hem it because like that's part of LARP, like weathering, right? Yeah. And then you've got like a scarf that you can wear just generally, or other fabric that you can use to make other things. And that wool is so good. Yeah. Sorry about some people keep pursuing
Praising Ignis.
Ignis, you know, that's what happens, but that's the flip side, right? That's the flip side. You praise Ignis, and then like this is the thing, the fallacy of weather control and weather magic in general. You praise Ignis, you get the sun out all the time, and then what happens is on the flip side of the year, it just gets cold, and you got to deal with it.
And then you got the Skargan and Fubrin.
Oh yeah, but the Skargan, they're made mist, right? So they're just bringing the fog, like summer, autumn, winter, spring. It doesn't matter. The Skargan will bring the fog 24/7.
Yeah,
it's a good nibbling time. But yeah, Gros Sable, it's awesome. Be prepared. Be prepared for winter LARPs. Undergarments are good. Layers are good. My advice is either brave being hot when you're inside and wear your thermals underneath, or get one giant ass coat and wear whatever the heck you want.
Yeah,
because it is warm inside.
Because I would say that you're probably going to spend more. You definitely will spend more time inside. So I say come prepared more for that, and then just try to get back and forth as comfortably as you can.
Yeah, do some quick jaunts out. Check out the chapel. Like, go outside, go into the courtyard, see the chapel. The chapel is beautiful. They actually told us that they don't normally open the chapel for other people, but because we are LARPers and we're a historical thing, they specifically opened the chapel for us and let us come in, and it's amazing. Like, it's I think apart from the gallery and the room, there's the one room, the Greek gods room.
It's like the portal of the gods.
Yeah, we called it the portal of the gods. So you might see some pictures about that in the gallery. Please go check out the gallery from the Gros Sable last year. You'll see exactly how dripping in fucking elegance this place is.
And
elegance.
And the little pond too that's there.
There's a pond?
Yeah, like outside, I meant. Like outside on the ground.
Yeah. Little? It's like a lake.
Yeah. Relative, yeah.
Relatively speaking, it'll be cold. Get prepared. But the other thing that comes with December and the end of the year for us is that we come to the end of our cycle, and we come to our yearbook. The
Yep.
2025 yearbook will be releasing in December. And just to give you a little idea of what we're talking about here, we have the previous 2 years yearbooks. Now, we only started doing these a couple of years ago, but you can see they're similar covers, they're similar sizes. So when you put them together on a shelf, they go side by side like this. And the yearbook for this year, while we don't have a copy with us, will be the same size. It will be a slightly different color, so you'll be able to see the gradings. And on the spine, it marks the year that the yearbook is denoted.
Yeah, and the spines will match too.
Yeah, the spines will all match up. They'll line up on your shelf as you collect them. And there's even been talk in the past, who knows if it will happen, of doing compilations every 5 or 10 years, where you can get like omnibus, which is a retrospective, which is all of the books in a special limited edition case. Now, we don't know if we're going to do it, but if you're interested in this, let us know. Obviously, we are about to be 3 years into the yearbook saga. So that's a thing for the future. But what is a yearbook? Well, the yearbook covers, like...
Yeah, so it covers like the events, the happenings. So basically, if you're going into the next event season, it's a great way to like read last year's yearbook and kind of get caught up to date. Like if there's an event that you missed, or if you just need to rejog your memory, or if you want to get a better sense of the story, you can get a full recap, and then you can also see pictures that go along with it. And you might be in one of those pictures.
You could be yearbook famous. 2023, 2024, and now 2025. And just so you know, and for complete transparency, the yearbooks are a print-on-demand product. So we'll only generally stock a small amount in the warehouse at any one time. So with regard to the 2024 yearbooks, particularly these ones, when they sell out, sometimes we generally try and keep the stock up so you can consistently get a supply. But they do sometimes run out. But if you want to be one of the first people to hold these in your hot little hands, we are going to be starting a pre-order for the 2025 yearbook very, very soon. And as Mike said before, it's going to contain a summary of all of the events that have been taking place in the year.
And it's available in English and German too. So you can get both of them in the same yearbook.
Yeah, if you're learning the language, it's always great. Like one of the things I always enjoyed when I was first starting to learn German is in Australia, in any of the bookshops, you could buy these dual language books where they had facing pages open on either side, where they had the English and then the German. But yeah, it's great. It's a summary. If you want to track, particularly because this is going to be like 2023 to 2024, even this cycle, 2023, 2024, 2025 yearbooks, if you actually have your hands on all 3 of these yearbooks, you'll be able to really accurately track the progress of the game into SARKAN and be across it. And there'll be a lot of information, especially around Conquest in the 2025 yearbook, about the new factions. Obviously, we have in the older yearbooks, they cover some of the factions that have appeared that are Sarkanian factions, like the Ataronians and Crimson Sales Company and their antics and interactions. But this year, coming into the 2025 yearbook, coming into SARKAN, and the beginning of a brand new chapter, like this is where to get your collection started, right? Yep. So pre-orders will be going up soon.
And just look at these pictures. I mean, come on.
Don't you want to? And these are similar to the pictures that, like, a lot of these pictures are pictures that are featured in the galleries, but these are beautifully printed in a publication. You can sit on your tabletop, sit on your book, sit on your coffee table, and when your friends come around, you can be, oh yes, and I was here in 1324 on the boundaries of life and death, facing off against the Skargan first hand. Yeah, it's great. You know, these are the war stories. This is what you want to save for your grandchildren to get them into LARP, right? So important. How do we know if all the photos are available yet? Just letting you know. So generally what will happen, this is specifically to events. So people who aren't familiar with the process of how we release our photos around the events is that there will be teams of photographers. On the smaller events, it may be like 2 or 3, but on the big events, it will be 10 or 20 photographers, all participating in the events, taking photos. And they're given access to galleries, and they are independently uploading their photos after the event. I believe they're given a timeline of 4 weeks.
I think about 4 weeks.
About 4 weeks to get all the photos uploaded. But sometimes there are some special cases, like I know at the Grosser Ball last year, when one of our in-house photographers was on site because they have a lot of other work that they need to do around like photographing at the Grosser Ball. It took them a little longer to get out some of the photos. But generally, you can be assured that by 12 months after an event, all the event photos will be up and viewable. But it's usually 4 weeks, is the answer to your question. With regard to Conquest, sometimes, like I know that Conquest last year, it was most of the photos were up within 2 weeks, but then the bulk of photos and the extra photos were coming out even up to 6 weeks or 8 weeks after the event. But most of them are up like straight away. It's just some of these photographers, they're traveling internationally, they have to go back to their home country, then settle, and then start sifting through their pictures and then start uploading them there. But yeah, for Conquest, I would say that the bulk of the photos are up at the moment. If you paid for early access, then obviously you'll be able to see them right away. If you haven't paid for early access, in about 2 to 3 weeks, they'll become public access. You'll be able to see them. And I can imagine that probably over the next 3 weeks, the rest of the photos will come up. Scald galleries, because it's connected to your account, if you have a Scald account and you key in, it will show the new photos first, generally.
Yeah.
So it'll go through that process.
The last uploaded ones, yeah.
Yes. So all the photos, maybe not, but definitely within 2 to 3 weeks, you'll see the rest of them come up. But yeah, should be good. Hopefully you're in there. Hopefully you found some photos you like. It's been amazing and amazingly epic to go through all the photos from Conquest, to really like go through, see what's going on. For those of you who are coming in late to this, and this stream in particular, and if you're just tuning in for the first time, you've just dropped in, coming in late, this will be our last stream for the foreseeable future. We will no longer be doing the regular Tuesday streams because we are consolidating our efforts as what is a relatively small team inside of Burgschneider to focus on more improvements around the messaging and the coherency and the information coming out about the new world of SARKAN and how that relates to mythodea, getting all of the fundamental information intact and ready and coherent so that from that foundation we can start to build all of the videos and information and content off of it. To do with like more extensive guidebooks about the world, about the NPC factions. Really everything is going to be coming out. And if you want to stay tuned on what's going on, please jump in, become a member of the Discord, ask us questions there, write us at info@burgschneider.com if you're interested in information about the Burgschneider wares, or if you have comments, information you'd like to share with us, any suggestions. As this is the last video, we will pay careful attention to any comments that you guys put in the comments of this particular video, and this is going to be your last chance to ask us in person, face to virtual face, any questions. So we're opening the floor right now. If you've got any questions about anything, about like our personal lives, about
we'll take the feedback.
Yeah, we'll take the feedback about the realms of mythodea, anything associated with the brandywine festival, anything to do with like crazy plot. We may not be able to answer exactly, but we will definitely be able to speculate wildly.
Oh, thank you, Frivolita.
Yeah, thanks, Freebelita. And yeah, we're gonna miss you too, Nico. We miss you already.
Yeah.
Why aren't you here with us right now?
Oh, yeah. We know why.
Everybody say goodbye to Nico. He's been a mainstay and a staple. He suffered for this art.
Yes.
And for anyone who doesn't know, yeah, when we were out having our adventures on Conquest, Nico got absolutely brutalized by
In the Crusades.
yeah, in the Crusades. Nico was destroyed in the Crusades. He took some serious injuries going it there. Are we ever thinking about bringing the bus from Hanover? That's a good question. The shuttle bus was a really good thing. I took advantage of the shuttle bus myself on my first ever Conquest 2022, except as it turned out, I wasn't sent a bus. I was sent a New Zealander in a car.
Yeah.
A guy called Kiwi from our IT department picked us up.
Yeah, I think at the moment he is the shuttle.
Yeah, he is the shuttle. He has been the shuttle. I don't know. I believe from what the question is implying that the shuttle was discontinued this year, which I agree is sad. Like, it was really nice to run it, but I think the reason that we didn't run the shuttle from Hanover is that it wasn't, we weren't having enough people coming. So it would be 1 or 2 people coming in groups, and then there'd be a whole shuttle bus being sent out just to collect a couple of people. So I'm pretty sure that is why it was discontinued. Oh, I know you just started watching the streams. Go back and watch all of our legacy streams, and please write write comments in the video or send information to info@burgscneider.com saying, "Dan, I missed those streams."
Yeah. Any feedback is good feedback.
Yeah, any feedback is good feedback. If you enjoyed what we're doing here, if you really got into the streams, if you feel like the level of transparency that we've been offering through these streams and the information about LARP and the world in general is what you enjoyed, and particularly, you know, myself, Mike, Nico, and Emma, who came on board, and like huge shout out to Fiona, who came in as our lore master live that last episode, and with all the shallow dives that we did about the lore and the world. How long have you guys been with Burgscneider? I have personally been with Burgscheider for 18 months now. I moved from Australia specifically for this job. Actually, I moved from Australia to get out of Australia because I'd been there for about 30 years, writing games, running arts venues and things like that. And I just wanted to change of pace. I was actually going to move to another city in Australia, but then some very cool people in the plots and media and events teams all independently said to the CEO here, "You need to employ this crazy Australian," and they did. And so here I am, and I will be here for another 2 years at least, while I get my permanent residency, and then I can hang around indefinitely. But if you want to see more of me, please send us feedback. Let them know at the top that this is what you enjoy and you're here. Yay! Mike, how about you? How long have you been with Burgschneider?
About 3 years, actually. I don't know where the time's gone.
Wow.
It's really gone by really fast.
I mean, that was an exciting time to join 3 years ago, right?
Yeah, it was just very different and a lot of changes. Like, we got in that time, we have the US warehouse, and we've expanded. So it's been really exciting to kind of see that growth.
Yeah, the company's really gone through like so many changes even since I've been here.
Yeah.
You know, it's just growing and becoming more more I don't know, just it's more inclusive with regards to just reaching out into different communities, just seeing the plot team then sort of like transition through this period.
Yeah, and we had new events too. We had the Gross Ball added.
Yeah, and the Brandywine festivals like about to come in, seeing that whole Kickstarter, like a LARP out of a Kickstarter.
Yeah, and it was a massive success so far. The Kickstarter's
crazy. Seeing the Warhammer line come to fruition, that was something that was happening.
Dungeons and Dragons for me too.
Yeah, really, because you were before Dungeons and Dragons, right?
Yeah, like right before. Yeah.
Man, the face of Burgscneider absolutely changing. Would love to have streams again, maybe once in a month, or a little update vids, just to get to know what's currently going on or what the current projects are and so on. Yeah, I agree. I've been really enjoying engaging with the community and just being able to represent, like, this was what we first said when we started our streams, a little bit of transparency around what we're doing here, which is really cool. And look, you can still get that through the Discord, you know?
Yeah, Nico is the OG of the group. That's definitely true.
Nico is the OG of the group. Nico was here for what? He was here before Burgschneider. Was Burgschneider? No, he was
from the Genesis.
yeah. So I believe Nico used to work for the Live Adventure before it became taken over by Realms of, well, not before it became Realms of Mythodia.
That was back when it was in Regensburg.
Yeah, back in Regensburg. He is old school, older than all of us. If you have questions to ask about Emma, boom.
Yep.
I believe that she was she was here. Well, Mike, was she here before you were here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah. So I think, but she interned here before she became a part of this team and the media team.
Yeah.
And now she is regrettably no longer with us.
Well, not quite in that way.
No. I'm sure she's out there on another plane of existence doing just fine for herself. Absolutely, absolutely. And then Nico turned into a giant disembodied head.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, Nico, Leah, let's bring him into the fold. Bring him into the fold. Oh, Nico. Oh, Nico. This is and now his spirit obviously haunts us.
Yeah.
The very scary and crazy disembodied spirit of Nico haunting the chat even now. D&D line is fun. Look, it took a lot of time for the D&D line to really mature, I think, as well. Like when it came out to a little bit of a lukewarm reception, but then as people really got their hands on it and started to see like what,
and more of the character. So now it's most of the character classes are done.
Okay.
So like now that we have basically that full set, you can really see the range of it, and you can really mix and match the pieces. So I think that
there's
a lot of, like,
mix and match
potential
them
for it.
then with the Burgschneider stuff as
with
well.
the Burgschneider stuff,
I think
then-
one of my favorite interpretations of Burgschneider / D&D mashups is in the Inquisition. If you tune into the last episode, I think the post-Conquest debrief episode that we did, you'll see some of the pictures of the Inquisition, or even in any of the previous episodes that we did where we talk about the Inquisition. We do a shallow dive on the Inquisition on one of our previous episodes. So check that out, and you'll see that there's some really cool crossovers where they've got, I think it's the sorcerer robes in purple and black, and then they're wearing some of the standard Burgschneider coifs, and then some undergarments. Really, really cool cross-ups. Like, it's like the franchise stuff that we do with Warhammer and D&D, they're not their own ranges, even though they are, but they are extensions, really beautiful extensions of the core Burgscneider range. And I think people are just really starting to cotton on to that, and I'm really excited to come back in like a year or so and see what people are doing with it. Actually,
and also with the Warhammer stuff thrown in the mix too.
With the Warhammer stuff thrown in the mix, I'm really excited to see how people do hybrids around the Burgscneider challenge, which we haven't talked about yet.
Oh, yeah.
We're so sorry. So updates, channel updates, also Burgscneider channel updates. We miss you too, Nico.
Yeah.
Is that it is definitely happening. It is coming to you, but it is not coming as soon as we thought. Like with many things, we're working on the presentation and the way it's coming together. We're working with some outside people, some cool, possibly maybe some cool influencers, possibly some cool heads directing how it's going and how it's being presented. And it's all going to be brought together in a really cool format. It's absolutely going to be happening, so do stay tuned. I know we promised you it was going to be launching this week, but we are liars. I'm sorry. We are
it will be coming.
Desperate liars. It will be coming.
Yeah.
It is happening. Save yourself on the other events and the other cosplays, the other costumes, the other kit that you're putting together for the LARPs that you're going to be going to, and get yourself prepared, because the Burgscneider Challenge is going to be a great gateway into getting access to clothes at a good discount, specific products, getting access to some cash or some prizes.
Yep.
Some prizes.
And it's a canvas for your creativity, and it's a great way to basically have community, meet other people, support other people. I mean, that's what it's all about.
Burgschneider, a canvas for your creativity. That's our new byline. You heard it first here on Burgschneider Live. Yeah. If there are any other questions you have, we're getting to the end of this episode, and really to the end of Burgschneider Live, and an amazing experience that we had with you guys. It was so fun to just be here every week for the last, almost 2 months?
Yeah, and we're just really grateful. You've been really such a great, wholesome community, and we're really grateful for that, and for your feedback, and for Chaos Chat.
We love Chaos Chat.
Yeah.
Bring back Chaos Chat anytime. You're always welcome.
Yeah. Waffles and pancakes. We never really properly settled the score, so that's something to stay tuned
there's
for.
definitely, stay tuned for that. We need to know for sure. There's some information coming. We may or may not release videos around that, pending approval. This is a great there are a great many things that we have talked about and that we will talk about, and like many experiences in LARP, just generally, a LARP is a place where you turn off the phones, where you turn off the cameras, where you get away from amplified music, and you get away from the humdrum and the busyness and the hectic nature of day-to-day life, and you really just tune out and live in pure fantasy. And the best thing about LARPs is that you are making memories as characters with people in places that are unique to that space and that time as you exist. And existence alone and those memories are what you take away. So what we have from dealing with you are those memories. We may or may not be seeing you on a week-to-week basis in Burgschneider Live, but you will see the fingerprint of myself and Mike on everything that happens in and around Burgschneider and the events that we do. Also of Nico, and also the legacy of Emma as a glorious part of the organization that is Burgschneider.
And all the amazing team that you haven't gotten to meet.
Yeah.
So
the visual media may stop, but come to the events. Harness the power of memories. Harness the good times, the great taste. Make your memories. Waffles forever. Yeah. I've said my piece. This story is done. No, fuck it. Mic drop. Crepes. I believe that was the hot topic. But that's it. We're done. This episode is over. Burgschneider Live is ended, but a new chapter in SARKAN and the realms of mythodea is beginning, and the pathway to forging that legacy is in your hands, and it starts now. This has been Burgschneider Live. Thank you so much for joining us. It has been awesome. It's been awesome to have all of the people who have been guests on the channel. It's been amazing to see you live at events and here and doing interviews. We look forward to seeing you very soon, right here in this space.
Yep.
And that's it.
That's all she wrote.
What was it? This has all just been a shallow dive. The best is yet to come.